I used to be a professional soccer player, but as you may know, this time is over now. And one of my hobbies nowadays is I play a lot of tennis. With a lot, I mean like maybe once a week, maybe on a good week, twice a week. But what a lot of people, also specifically a lot of business owners and professionals, what they experience is when they play tennis, because a lot of them also like to play tennis a lot. They play tennis, they have a lot of fun, but they have so many energy crashes after tennis. They don't feel good after it. They feel like they need a nap. They feel like they just need a day more rest after working out or after playing tennis. And this is what we're going to talk about today in that video. So if you play tennis and you had a good session, maybe it's even all right for you to play tennis, and while you're playing tennis you feel all right. I mean, of course, could be better. You feel like, okay, I could have more energy, but it is all right. I can have my sessions, I can play with my friends, I can play with my trainer. But after your tennis session, you just feel completely wrecked. You feel like you're completely tired and you feel like you have that big energy crash. And what a lot of people think what it might be is that you're just, maybe you're getting older, you're not as fit as you used to be anymore, or you're basically not getting enough proteins, or you maybe just think you don't eat right, or you didn't have enough caffeine to go through the day. But what's really going on, and what most people don't realize when they have these energy crashes after playing tennis, after working out, is that first of all, this shouldn't happen. Okay? Doesn't matter what age you are, doesn't matter what kind of profession you're doing, doesn't matter how much stress you have in your life. You should be able to play tennis without having energy crashes while you're playing tennis or even after playing tennis. You shouldn't be tired while you're doing that. Even though you're not used to be a professional athlete like me, even then you shouldn't have these intense energy crashes. Of course, you can be a little bit tired after it, your muscles can feel a little bit sore, but you shouldn't have these energy crashes where you need like these 1, 2, or 3 hours of naps. You shouldn't have the feeling of like that you crash the next day, that you feel like brain foggy the whole next day. This shouldn't be the case. And the reason why you feel like that is because you have weakened adrenals. Okay, your adrenals is the most important endocrine gland of your body. They sit on top of your kidneys, and the adrenals, they produce one of the most important hormones for our bodies, for example, cortisol or also adrenaline. And when you have weakened adrenals and you work out and you do high intensity workouts, or even if you just play tennis, for example, and your adrenals are already weak, then it's possible that you crash after working out or after playing tennis. And the reason why you feel energy crashes after your workouts or after playing tennis is your weakened adrenals. Your adrenals are weakened, and one of the most important hormones actually that the adrenals are releasing is, or producing, is called adrenaline. And when you work out, your adrenals obviously push out or produce a lot of adrenaline, because you need that adrenaline to play sports, to keep you going. And if you already have weakened adrenals, that's weakening the adrenals even more. With a healthy human body, when you take care of your adrenals, that shouldn't be a problem at all. But if you already have compromised and weakened adrenals, then you feel the after effects of that workout or of that tennis session. And what most people are doing wrong is that they intermittent fast, very popular nowadays. That's why a lot of people already have weakened adrenals, because if you don't eat for longer than 1.5 to 2 hours, your blood sugar drops. When your blood sugar is dropping, your adrenals have to pump out adrenaline as well to keep you functioning, because there's no energy source left in your bloodstream enough, which is glucose, which is our body are running on glucose. And if that's not the case anymore, if your blood sugar drops, then your adrenals have to kick in, produce adrenaline, which is keeping you going in that moment. but it's not helping you in the long run because it's weakening your adrenals, and the adrenaline is also not good for your liver, for your brain, for your whole body, and for your immune system as well. That's why intermittent fasting is lowering your immune system, is weakening your adrenals even more. A lot of people are on caffeine. Still to this day, not a lot of people know that caffeine is so bad for your adrenals and for your whole endocrine system, because every time you are consuming caffeine, your adrenals have to pump out adrenaline as well. Caffeine prompts the adrenals to pump out a lot of adrenaline too. That's weakening your adrenals too. Everybody's on a high protein, high fat diet. Every time you have high fats in your bloodstream, your adrenals produce lots of adrenaline to thin out the blood. To thin out the blood. And that's also weakening your adrenals again, because if the adrenals wouldn't thin out the blood with that high blood fat, the strain on your heart would be too much or would be too big. That's why your adrenals are even doing that and saving your butt, so to say, which is weakening your adrenals even more. So we have bad lifestyle choices, we have bad food choices, you already have weakened adrenals, and then when you work out, you crash after it because your adrenals can't handle the additional adrenaline anymore on top of your caffeine consume, on top of your high stress in your life, and on top of your poor food choices. That's really what's going on. And in order to get the adrenals better, and in order to heal that, in order to get that energy back, and without having energy crashes, what a lot of people with adrenal fatigue also have is that they're very thirsty, they have insomnia, they can't fall asleep at night, they're tired at work, but when they come home they have more energy. There are all these weird symptoms that you get, a lot of ups and downs specifically, when you have adrenal fatigue. And that's because when you have weakened adrenals, the adrenals are not only, it's not basically saying that they're only weak, it says basically weakened adrenals that they sometimes overproduce and sometimes underproduce hormones such as adrenaline and cortisol, resulting in the symptoms that I just explained a little bit. And what you need to do, or one of the most important things to do, is to avoid caffeine in your everyday life. That's super important. On the other hand, snacking constantly is super important, and avoiding high-fat, high-protein diets. That's what everybody is confused about nowadays, and everybody is in high-fat, high-protein diets. That's why they don't feel so good, and that's why you also crash your adrenals over time. And in order to heal your adrenals, you need to take some specific herbs to strengthen them. Ashwagandha is a great one. But you also need to snack constantly and nourish your adrenals with the right kind of nutrients. And given the fact that everybody has a very individual situation, some people have brain fog and adrenal fatigue, some people have autoimmune and adrenal fatigue, all of these things can actually happen. I offer everybody a free discovery call. All that you need to do is to go to my website, www.theobergmann.com, and book your call there. We will give you a call. The link is in the description. We will give you a call to figure out if and how I can help you for 10 to 15 minutes. And if so, we would move on to a strategy call, which is a free initial consultation. And in that consultation, we would show you a strategic approach on how you can recover your adrenals, that you can work out every day, that you can go on the tennis court, and that you can come home and that you can work on your business, or that you can just work on whatever you need to do, that you don't have these energy crashes or these crashes in general after working out, and that you don't need the naps anymore. Okay? And I would highly recommend you doing that, because if you don't take care of that, the adrenal fatigue gets worse. Because the lifestyle that you're on right now is obviously not helping with your energy, it's obviously not helping with your adrenals, with the recovery of your adrenals. You didn't even know probably that the adrenals played a role in that. And if you don't take care of that, you weaken your adrenals more and more. It's so easy nowadays to weaken the adrenals step by step more and more and more and more. But I'm also telling you, you can recover your adrenals. And in order to avoid that it's even getting worse and that you can't even play tennis at all anymore, I would highly recommend to take action, book that discovery call. Link is in the description, www.theobergmann.com, and follow my account and subscribe to my YouTube channel that you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next videos. Bye-bye.